fucking alone, man. It's like, I can't do it. I gotta get out of here. Hello. We're about to see the Marvels. We're in a different vehicle.
Yeah, sorry.
It is what
sorry
it is.
Sorry for shaky cam.
Yeah.
We're running late.
We're trying to get this done because unforeseen circumstances, etc., etc.
Yeah. Expectations.
The Marvels looks crappy. I don't want to see it, but here we are.
The premise sounds dumb to me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole switching places thing. Like, what is it? That's just so gimmicky to make a story happen that I don't even... I did not see the first one because I don't give a shit.
This isn't a sequel.
No, I know, but like her origins.
Captain Marvel?
Yeah, I didn't see any.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Wow, this is loud as shit, too.
Yeah, she's a beast. And she's sliding. She be sliding again. Sorry, guys.
Let's just do it in the fucking
No, we're great. We're great. This is good.
All right, well, we'll make this quick.
Yeah, we'll make it quick. What are you thinking?
I think it'll be average at best.
Average? Okay. I think
At
it's going to,
best.
for me, I bet you it's going to be below average.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm going in with some biases.
I'm saying at best.
At best.
So, this is...
I'm trying to hold the
ghetto.
camera, guys.
All right.
This is so slick,
Whoa.
and we don't got any options here. So.
We're going to go up a hill. So,
all right, we'll
talk
see
to
you
guys
in a
later.
minute. Oh, God. Oh, God. Wham. Here we are.
Here we are. We just saw the Marvels.
Yep.
And, yeah, it was...
Was it everything you hoped for?
It was pretty funny.
It was.
On some positive notes, we saw it in 3D.
Oh, I don't have my glasses. Oh, you should have told me that you're going to do that like we did last time, like the Blues Brothers. Like,
Yeah. So, 3D. And that was the positive part. So,
okay, now that we're
that's out of the way.
No, okay.
The 3D was pretty
okay,
cool.
so we're going to talk about positive. I think that visually it's kind of a pretty movie, honestly. There's a lot going on. I felt like there wasn't anything that was just like super out of place or
there
way
was
too
a
much.
lot of stupid visuals.
Like what? What's an example?
I don't know, like her ship.
Well,
So
I mean,
stupid looking. I don't know. There's
it's
a lot.
not
Okay,
great.
It's good visually.
Yeah, I'm glad that we saw it in 3D because
so
the 3D really added some weight to it. And
We started out sitting up higher.
Yeah, we did.
And then it was weird, the 3D, because we had so many seats in front of
Yeah,
us.
so it's like it kind of broke the field of view where
It
you're
broke
like,
the feeling of 3D. So
yeah. So
we
then
fucking
we moved
went up
real
front.
close, and
then
then
we
we
were
had the
like-
recliners.
Yeah, we had the
so we were
300s.
like, that's it, and we didn't have the stiff neck shit because we're like,
Yeah, it's in a
literally
reclining
laying
chair.
down.
And it was fantastic.
That was great, yeah.
Some of the best
Marcus
3D I've ever
Phoenix.
seen, actually.
Yeah, it was really good. So
Yeah, because it's in space and all these cool
Yeah, there's a lot going
environments and planets and
yep.
spaceships
Okay,
and laser
so
beams.
the premise I thought was gonna be worse than it actually turned out to be. I really feel like the switching powers thing and our places with each other was a little bit weird from the trailers, and I was like, that's gonna be dumb as fuck, and it's just an excuse to get this plot, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but it ended up. It sort of made sense in its psychobabble, or not psychobabble, like their like science babble crap that they just made up. These big.
Oh my
words.
God.
And you're like, huh?
I was just
But, like,
how the fuck do you know what that is? By just
Yeah,
looking
but
at
she's
it.
like that. She's that character. What's her name? Which one of the exactly. That's that's what we're talking about. I forgot her name. I only know the other two. The astronaut lady. She like knew some of that stuff because she was like a.
But you just see something, first time you've ever seen it in your life,
Yeah.
and you're like, that's
Yeah.
a
That's
portal.
Meg 2. That's Meg 2 syndrome. Where
Yeah.
you're like, the Chinese kind
fucking
of
terrible.
But so
There's a lot of it,
I think
too.
that. I mean,
If you want to stick with positives,
for now, let's just try.
I can't think of any.
Well, so the acting wasn't terrible.
I thought Brie Larson is. I
Really,
have
like her.
very low respect for her as an actress.
Wow.
I used to think she was good, but her
She's
delivery is so. Like
It's wooden?
It's so deadpan. Like
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
There's this scene, and he pointed it out
Oh
where
my
she's
God.
crying, and then in a second later, there's no tears.
I
The
know
editing was fucked on that.
I know for a fact she didn't cry.
No,
That was
because they
CG
just went,
tears.
They just
Because then it cut away to another character and cut back and there's
right
no
back
tears.
to her. It's like 1 second and then back, and she's dry. So we're like,
Mm-hmm.
is that part of her superpower? No, I'm just kidding. I make tears go
maybe it was
away.
that Rambo chick who's like visible tears.
So the premise was a little.
Oh, little.
No, I mean, like it could have been worse. I've seen. The problem is I've seen so many terrible movies in terms of like even Marvel's wise, but like this whole summer, like it's just not as bad as so many. So like when I compare it to that, like it's not great. I'll tell you that. It's not anything to write home about, but it's definitely not compelling in any fucking way.
No, it's
not.
I use the term cookie cutter a lot, but this shit's cookie
It
cutter.
is. It's by the books. It's by the numbers. The check boxes.
God.
So, pacing was good. I think actually in this movie, there's not really.
There's a scene where I thought someone died. I'm like, fuck yeah, and
Yeah.
then I was like, oh,
Yeah, let him down.
I just wanted everyone to die. I hate all the characters.
I thought they weren't. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that. No, they weren't good. I'm just saying. I thought it'd be way worse. That's what I'm gonna say. I feel like
I
this
thought it was as bad as
not even
my
close to-
worst expectations.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was thinking this was gonna be like a 2 or a 3. We were just like, okay. They don't shove a message down your throat, so that's kind of nice. I was surprised by that. I think
That helps.
it helps a lot because when I just get like we're trying to escape this world. We don't need messages in movies.
Yeah, but God,
Silence.
there's so much
Okay, so that's enough with. I mean,
spoiler stuff, but
yeah, positives. I mean, there's some humor in
I'm so
this.
sick of
It was
energy
all right.
beams too.
Yeah,
Energy beams.
and like not being able to like. We don't know the power levels of some of these characters until they just decide
They're
to be like
purposefully
epically fucking
vague.
Yeah, and like the way this movie ends is really kind of irritating because it's like, why didn't you use that epic level of power to just wipe out? Like, if you can do what you do in the very end of this movie, there's no reason to even throw a punch because you can just nuke entire fucking solar systems, like without
Galaxies.
thinking about like what's their, like what. So I think the backstory of Hala and all that stuff, which you guys, if you see this,
Oh my God! Don't get me started
I
on.
think it was kind of well. Parts of it are
Oh, my
stupid, but I
goodness.
like the idea of it.
What's the other
idea
planet's
was
name?
Cool. Alright.
Now,
my God.
Aladdin or something. Aladdin.
Yeah, a water planet.
Well,
where,
here's almost a
Fuck.
summary of how I feel about this movie.
Okay, sure.
I said, oh fuck! I already forgot the damn name.
of what?
I was like, oh fuck, okay, I gotta remember that. I didn't know who it was directed by. I was like, it's Nia DeMarco, or something like that.
Something, yeah.
I was like, I gotta remember that because they fucking suck, and I don't ever want to watch a movie from them again.
Yep, write that one.
Because I
down.
like to
Mental
keep tabs
note.
on.
See, I
on
try
directors
not
that I
to
like.
because I like to like give everyone a second chance at least. But I
Yeah, but I just remember getting out of there like, God damn it, fuck that guy or girl. I don't even know.
I think it might be a female.
Oh, I just assume.
Yeah, I mean,
The name is Nia, so I'm guessing.
yeah.
But it was like Della Marco or something.
Yeah.
I was laughing, so I swallowed
I'm
a bunch
trying to
of
think
spit.
what else. Character arcs were there. Everyone grew a little bit, so it wasn't.
Except for Captain Marvel.
No, she got to rectify a huge mistake that she did in the past, and they're all learning and to forgive each other for things and all that. There's a lot of like all that stuff going on. So
And
it wasn't like
It all seemed forced to me. All the
Maybe.
all the like and then the hugs and like
Yeah.
and the, like they'd like have an outburst like,
Well-
oh, I'm sorry I yelled at you.
yeah, but like
it was
they're
so
still like, am I really? Like, there's a couple
I
looks
just
they
it
give
just
me
seemed
like,
so fucking forced. And,
Maybe.
And Captain Marvel's fucking her shitty deadpan acting was so
Yeah,
like
I don't know why they've chosen
Her
her
stoic.
to be like Brie Larson is just not that great of an actress.
I thought she was.
She could be in other roles, but I feel like she's just kind
I
of.
thought she was horrible in this. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
dude. Like
maybe phoning
She's
it.
like, don't do this. You're not like when she's talking to the villain.
Where's the don't do like the fucking
anything.
emotion? It's just like
she's
don't,
like, don't
do this.
Don't you
You're
don't want to
making
do
a
this?
mistake.
I'll help you.
she was
I'll do
talking
it.
like
she talks like you said, wooden.
It's a little stiff.
It's definitely
a little stiff. So, all right. Well, on to the negatives, but without spoilers. This movie has a lot of fucking mega holes in it and stupid shit. That just it breaks the immersion. I mean, a lot. Right in the beginning, for an example, they're on this moon, I think, right, and it's all dark and blah blah blah, and like all this shit's going on, and there's no atmosphere, but these people are just walking around with like it's one thing for Captain Marvel to be like doing that, but then you see these dudes with just like visors
is it
on.
Though she is still technically human. I hate that.
Well, there's a scene where she's like, oh, she's done fighting, and then she's like floating in space for a second. She's like, I'm like, what are you breathing, bitch? What are you breathing?
Exactly.
You're not what?
Like sighing and stuff like that. That'd be alien to you at that point.
It would be, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Whatever.
Her powers and abilities are vague and
shit. Yeah, but it's vague. It's comic book, so you can just overlook it. Right?
Without spoilers, I just don't know that we can like rip into the issues. But I think that we're
gonna get past this pretty quick here.
Yeah.
In the next 15 to 20 seconds, and get to spoilers.
All right.
I really don't like this movie. I think it's fucking garbage. Trash. Acting sucked. There's a lot of CGI that's really cool when they show like the space station.
I will say that
and
the CGI is pretty solid,
stuff.
and I think that really pulls a lot of weight for this.
But there's a lot of stupid, shitty CGI. A lot of aliens. There was an alien that had habanero peppers for fingers.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It was like, what the fuck?
I'm not sure why that's.
I don't know, but in all the energy beams, they look. I think the energy beams and stuff like when they're shooting, it looks like shit.
Why?
The gliding.
Oh, I like the rainbow effect,
but it doesn't like light up their faces, or it looks so shitty.
Yeah,
I don't know. The lighting looks terrible to me.
If it's gonna be pure like light powers and shit, you would be all blinded as fuck.
They explain it like, you have the ability to turn light to matter.
Yeah,
you have the ability to turn light to this.
Yeah,
and Captain Marvel has whatever light powers. They all have light powers. That's what ties them together.
Yeah. That's how they get entangled with each other. Yeah,
it's so stupid. And then it goes back to those bangles from the fucking Miss Marvel shit. And of course, the bangles are the key to all interdimensional traveling in the universe.
Not like those particular types of portals. They were made in tandem, so I think somehow they created a chain.
Because those two things were made, that the ability to open to space travel is possible. Because those two.
Oh, so if we destroyed them, would they just
correct? We wouldn't do it. Yeah, that's what they explained.
What are we doing here?
I was like, what the fuck? Really? You gotta. Everything was like, you just gotta tie it all together.
Yeah.
I was getting so sick of that because it kept going, and then these motherfuckers are like, no, for real. They're like, blah, 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 blah. They have all this fucking stupid science talk shit
it's all made up.
Explain everything away, and they just keep going with it.
They just hand wave it.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Man, we'll just call it this. Can you think of a cool term that sounds great?
Oh my god, I can't even repeat them because they're so abstract of words.
Yeah, they're just throwing
everyone
word
fucking
vomit
knows
into a
it.
bowl and drinking it.
And Nick Fury's in this a lot, and I was like, he's got almost the only funny lines, but he wasn't acting like himself. He's way more serious than he
isn't harsh enough in this movie.
Yeah, he was written really stupid in this movie.
He's written soft.
He's not his fucking character.
I mean, if you look at his belly, he's soft, but that doesn't mean that his core...
And I was like, dude,
don't run, dude. You're going to trip and break a hip.
You're going to fucking break your ankles and shit just walking.
But he wasn't his harsh, crispy, razor edge self.
And he wasn't like, this is serious. Let's fucking, we got to do it. We got to pull all the protocols. It was like he was like cracking jokes about
Samuel L. Jackson would just be like, this doesn't feel right. Fuck this.
Yeah, speak up.
Yeah, is he I can't be like this. That doesn't make sense. And he would put his foot down.
There's a million reasons why I think this movie is a fucking 2.
Oh, he's going with a 2.
Fuck it. I was laughing at how stupid it was.
Oh, wow.
And I do that with a lot of movies, but it was the worst. I don't know how to explain it. It was the worst. I hate to do another 2. Fuck this movie.
No, that's okay. That's going to make the end.
This is by far the worst fucking Marvel movie I've ever seen.
Wow.
By far. It's and I hate Iron Man 3. I fucking
That's a
hate that.
bad
That's
movie.
the worst.
That's pretty bad.
That's like the one right above this.
If I had to rate this, wait, I do. Oh shit.
Yeah, let's get going.
I'm gonna say. Oh god, you're gonna hate me for this.
I'm not gonna hate you. I don't
You're
care.
gonna hate
You
me.
liked it.
I think it's a 5.
okay.
I think it's a 5. I think this movie will be very entertaining for a lot of people. I think that there's enough visuals going around. The story is okay. It's like not amazing. The power, like all
Stories
that.
suck balls.
Sure, but that's you. And what I'm saying is like the vast majority of people will get something out of this. There's a lot of action scenes. And most of them are done really well. I think that there's there's some merit to that stuff. Like I think just the average person who isn't going to critique everything will get something out of this movie.
I wasn't even going. I was going into it as a popcorn flick, and I
can't
was like,
rewatch this again. I will never rewatch this movie.
It's fucking terrible.
But that doesn't mean it's like a terrible movie. I think it's average.
Spoilers.
All right. Holy shit! Where do we begin? There's just so much going on.
We called everything yet again.
I even predicted a few things. There's a scene where they have to get off the ship, and
he's like,
they don't have any escape pods, but all these little eggs have been hatching.
Hold on,
and
you
we're like,
design a fucking space station. Yeah. There's not enough escape pods for the 350 personnel.
I think they got damaged or something. I can't remember.
No, I didn't say that. They're just like, there's just not enough because
because plot device.
Yeah. So just to introduce, so you know that stupid cat that has the tentacle mouth.
Yeah. So they're like, where are all these eggs coming from? These weird brain-looking eggs. They're all over the space station. Like, this is a problem. Like, are we being... They can't figure it out what it is. They're just baby kittens of that fucking cat
But it was so
thing.
stupid. He's like, Nick Fury has an egg. He's like, don't you think we should figure this out first?
Yeah. It's like we have bigger problems here. Like,
not
these
his
eggs all over
character. He would have been like, what the fuck is this?
He'd be like, exterminate them or put them in. So anyway, this whole scene happens where it's like... they start hatching and he's like, I called it. I was like, you know what? Because those things can just eat anything and they have like interdimensional stomachs.
Yeah, like a bag of holding in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, like they use all these little kittens to eat all the people on board.
This movie
and then they herd the cats into one little shuttle and then they barf them up later. And it's
so many times. I called it. Yeah, you did.
Like.
Here, okay,
like, that's what's
I'm gonna get to the shittiest fucking part right here. So they go to this fucking planet and they're like, Aladdin or whatever. Like, and she's like, oh, well, I'm kind of a celebrity here.
Oh, yeah. No, is this in the other movies?
No.
At all. She
just makes it up.
She's just
and then they get to this fucking planet and they're like, why is everyone singing? That's their language.
They don't talk. Everything
they can only sing.
They only sing. That's the only way to communicate.
And I was like,
so it became
that's
a musical immediately.
The worst part. That's when I was like, oh shit. I was like starting to like
uncomfortable. Like,
I was starting to like
man,
adjust my seat. I was like no, looking out like, oh god,
this isn't happening.
Honestly, I was like, oh god. I was like, oh man. I was like, I can't do it. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, it was bad. It's so bad.
And then she's talking to this motherfucker. And she's like, and she's like, no, we have to talk. And he goes, okay, let's talk. And then the other Marvels are like, what? He doesn't have to sing. And she goes, he's bilingual. I was like,
it's like,
fuck.
Yeah, his other language is not singing.
Fuck you. Fuck you. That dude. The levels of discomfort of me.
It's like just
oh god,
be that way. Like, what is the point?
It was the cringe.
It was
the cringest.
It was
shit.
That they announced him and they're just like this.
Almost. That's what it was like. 5. Bam, 2, like bam, and it never recovered.
Choke these.
Never earned it back because it got.
Yeah.
The rest of it was fucking stupid too. Yeah. Oh my god, that was about halfway through. I remember that's when I was like, oh, I'm looking at my phone. Oh shit, 45 minutes.
Oh no!
Fuck.
There better not be another musical.
Oh my god!
People are gonna die.
That was the most. Oh my god!
So there's this weird.
Sorry to yell, guys.
So like the main villain. So okay,
Sucks.
real quick. Nah, she's all right. She's not great. I think she's not developed enough and not scary enough.
Nope.
So in the past, Captain Marvel like fucks up a planet on accident, or like kills the sun, or this. She destroys it and makes it go dormant. Basically,
no, she kills the AI that's running some.
But
shit.
it doesn't run the
That's
solar, like the sun. I don't know how they're tied
All
together.
she did was kill the AI. And then
that's what it said.
and
So
then
anyway,
their son is dying. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, hold on, let me
because like that part is like okay, go ahead.
Their son is slowly dying.
Yeah, it is.
Which takes like billions of years.
Yeah, unless well, hold on now. So their planet is like living in darkness, right? And like we don't know how long. It can't be that long, but like without a sun,
it would be a Arctic wasteland.
Yeah, and they're just hanging out, and it's just it's a big city planet. They can't breathe the air because there's no plants anymore to make oxygen. I think that's the premise.
They pull us Spaceballs.
Yeah,
they open a portal and suck, and they suck up the air from the other.
Those of you who know
from the other fucking.
It's weird. She opens a portal that sucks air out of another planet, and then it's like we can breathe now. I'm like, I like her character because she has motives for her people, right? And like, so that makes her a decent villain. Like, where she's like, she's going about it again the wrong way, and whatnot. So like, there's this whole issue with like
instead of sucking all the air out of there, why don't you just move there?
Yeah, exactly. You guys could both like share the same planet with the.
They were like talking about it. She's like, no, we'll never.
They hate each other.
And here's the other thing too: is she's got that fucking bangle, which makes her as powerful as Miss Marvel, which ain't shit. Miss Marvel ain't shit.
She's just a little.
She has the other bangle.
The other half. Yeah.
So how is she fighting all three of these motherfuckers and Captain Marvel?
Well, she's got like other powers in her.
No, she just has the portal hammer. The hammer makes portals. That's it.
Okay.
Otherwise,
I don't know.
Otherwise, she's just a normal creature.
No, there's zero reason because guess what? Captain Marvel can restart. She restarts the sun at the end. She just like, I never thought to do that. Why don't I just do that? Because like one of the other Marvels is like, why don't you just restart? And it's like, okay, you can just like it shows her
fly into the sun.
She's like the brightest thing you've ever seen, and she just goes into it. And it's like you're having a problem with this villain.
All these people that have evolved for a billion years without a sun.
No, it wasn't that long that they didn't. Oh, it's really the sun reignites and they're like, yeah, and they're like, oh, it's so bright, no, it's so hot.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's really dumb.
They're like, they know all the planets I care about, and they're taking everything from the planets. So they go to one planet and they're like, let's get the air. They go to a different planet, the water. That's 99.63% water.
Because that's how they know where she's going. Because she's like, well, they're all planets that I love, so it's like they got it.
And they go there, and of course
they'd go there.
Start sucking up the water.
Planet. Yeah,
they suck up the water,
dumb.
and then and then they're like,
the premise is cool, but
the planet that she loves is Earth. So they're like, we're gonna go to Earth to steal the sun. So they start sucking up the sun.
And where are they going? Like in order to reignite their sun. They like siphon whatever, like our sun, like Corona or
I've officially inhaled way too much spit. It's like in my lungs.
Yeah, but like so it's just this ridiculous convoluted plot that the villain has,
so
and it's
God, it's dumb. You said like the plot's okay. Fuck that plot.
No, like
this shit's fucking stupid.
The execution is just bad, and I think that like
oh my god, maybe it's worse than that.
I don't know.
God damn.
I think this movie is pretty like it's a very eye candy movie, and that can definitely color your perspective on what's happening.
I wasn't
the 3D really was like I'm in it, man, and like it was
here's how the 3D is.
Some things were
the 3D is great. Every time you get to a new place, it shows the planet.
It shows
and then it shows and you come into the atmosphere. You're like, here's a big city. And then it's all fucking. Who cares?
It's
no, it is until the next.
Can we go to Can we just make a movie about just going to other planets?
Give a fuck.
Yeah, they should just make a Captain Marvel like planetary she's just out on vacation, just sightseeing and just have it 3D, and then
I'm
that's
not
all.
Mad,
that's the movie.
But I'm having a hard as fuck time, understanding how you gave it a 5.
Because I
I mean, whatever. You can do whatever you want.
It wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it'd be way worse than it was.
Oh, I thought it was
and
that
I
bad.
think
It was horrible.
shoving down like a political message down my throat that didn't happen was fucking awesome. I think that felt really good. I felt like I was watching an actual movie, not like a political statement. So that gave it some, and then I could relax and enjoy what was
still
happening. The
really
action scenes
cringy.
were fun for
miss-
me. I was like,
the
the way
miss-
they were all using their powers together
That
and
was the only cool
triangulating
thing.
their like timing and all
But
that.
it-
I was like, that's fucking
So
great.
like they were like practicing because every
They
time
would, yeah. They took time out and did like a
was a
montage,
montage.
where they're like, okay, we're gonna juggle and then we're gonna switch places and you're gonna
So-
like they got good at it and that was neat.
So
I
the
thought that
fucked
was
up
fun.
thing is when they're sitting there, okay, they're sitting there, one person's jump roping, the other person's jump roping,
Yeah.
and there's one in the middle.
yeah,
And then these two switch.
yeah.
You'd have to have your hands in the exact.
Well, but that's kind of what happens.
No, they weren't. They were just sitting there,
Oh.
jumping.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd have to time that so fucking perfectly to have your hands.
Yeah, well, they got really, really good. It starts with juggling.
And they had 1 hour to practice.
They did, yeah. It was weird. I don't know.
Whatever.
It was interesting to see the Kree and
Cats
their
were
plan-
so
The
stupid.
cats were kind of dumb. I will say the CGI looked really great for all.
Cats look way better than some cats I've seen.
They looked really good. I was surprised that they like were able to pull off the
Still can't believe
the fur and all that
the
shit.
CGI fucking crying thing. That was
You'll
good.
never live that down.
They
and
won't.
Neither will Brie Larson.
No. My God.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of things that I was making notes of, and then like they're not in my brain.
I
right now.
wasn't.
I don't know.
I was
what's
like,
going on. I was like, I don't know. It wasn't that bad.
That was so
it's
gross.
not-
That's how I felt the whole movie.
If you're into Marvel movies,
God.
I think this is a good watch. If you just want a story, I do think that.
I
really,
don't, but-
I really think that, like, well, here's the thing,
I
though, like,
absolutely do
I'm not
not.
like the average Marvel goer. I don't like. I
You've
like
missed a bunch.
Yeah, but there's a reason.
I've seen them all.
The ones that I've seen, I just don't like most
Yeah.
of them, and so I stopped going because I was just jaded. I'm like done with the fucking. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
when I see one that's like this is an average action adventure movie for me.
I
It's
think
just
it's
average.
fucking
It's not
terrible.
anything special. It's not a 6, which is like it's not even that. I'm not gonna.
I thought
defend
there
my
was so
choice
much
here.
cringy shit. Whereas,
Like what?
like everything we've been talking about. Oh
Well,
God,
there's that,
And then
but-
like Miss Marvel, how she looks up to Captain Marvel so much.
I thought that was fine. I feel like that was okay.
It was okay until it just got overdone and beat. And like, okay,
yeah,
you've been
but, like-
fighting together for a while. Now you should be done.
Yeah, but they literally address it in the dialogue. She's like, "I'm really sorry. I put you on a pedestal, and you're still like, you're not perfect and all
too
that."
much talking.
Too much talking.
There was too much talking.
There was not.
No,
I
there
don't think
was.
So I
there
don't
was.
think so.
They said so much shit that was so obvious. They restated this is
Yeah,
what's
there were a
happening in the
couple-
polar
there
dimension
were-
and the thing and the blah.
Yeah.
And then if she gets
It's
this,
like
and
can
we already
kinda
know
tell.
this.
Yeah.
A lot of it's already been
like,
stated.
for those of you who
fell asleep. That's it too.
that's what it was. Like it felt
there
kinda-
was some boring ass shit too. I
like,
felt.
I don't know. I feel like, let's see,
I
their
hate
family was not overly used, and the dialogue with them was okay. I feel like some of it was funny, and like stuff like that.
That was
so
the-
the
I
supporting
watched that
cast,
Miss Marvel TV show, and that was the only thing I liked about it was her fucking
her fan, like
her mom and dad, mostly her dad, I think.
oh yeah,
So,
just being the comic relief and stuff.
kinda,
Or-
just being an all around good character.
Yeah.
But I never liked her much, and I don't like her powers.
I wasn't-
and I'm just like, how are you?
I wasn't.
Why are you
When it first started, I was like,
Everyone
"This
else
is
is
kind of crappy." But then, like,
ultimately more powerful?
I don't know. I started to like get when I got to know the character, and I like she's a I don't know. She
There's
it worked
that
for
other
me. It worked
syndrome
for me.
That syndrome where I'm in a fucking house. Like,
Oh, we have to destroy the house thing?
Yeah, and Captain Marvel
Yeah, it's not a movie if
whips
you
the
don't.
guy through three stories
there's
out
no
through the
need,
roof,
you
and it's like, what the
bitch,
fuck
are you gonna
would
pay for
yeah,
that?
You fucking bitch!
fucker. Yeah, like and his parents or whatever. It's like
If it rains, your
here's
house
the thing,
is
man.
fucked.
If you know Nick Fury, he's gonna fucking pay for your house.
I
There's
doubt it.
no problem with
I
that.
doubt it.
He's got an international space station that nobody knows about on the radar anywhere. Like it's huge. It's massive.
It's
Like,
giant.
It's a fully. I mean, it's epically huge.
Like at the end, like crazy
whatever,
stuff.
I mean-
Like at the end, like this Captain Marvel ship lands. Okay.
oh, dude.
For one, how do you know where to land?
Where?
Captain Marvel left. It's just Miss Marvel,
Oh,
a
yeah,
teenage girl piloting a spaceship.
She's just
down to the fuck and lands right next to Nick Fury, and then she gets out, and they're like, well, where's Miss Marvel or where's Captain Marvel? She had to go.
Yeah.
It's like, you piloted this? They made a big deal out of someone who's actually a pilot.
That's true. Get out of the seat. You can't pilot. No, you're right.
Yeah.
And then this little shithead comes along.
Shit, yeah.
That's
Oh my God.
There's a scene where she did she create the portals for them to get through so they could get away from?
She hit a button on the
that's
computer.
what it was. Yeah. So
How would she know
they
that?
crash.
No.
Boom, boom, and it's like a rough landing, right? And it shows like boom, 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 and then 2 seconds later, and
they're
already walking out. Like, you didn't check to see if everyone's okay. None of that. They're just strolling on out like not a big deal. No damage on the ship.
It's a fairly big ship.
It's pretty big.
They would have had to be unbuckled
to get out that quick,
before, while it was landing, in order to walk
literally,
out of the ship.
in order to, what's your best record on getting out?
It's like
I bet you I can beat you.
It's like a
even
pit
after
crew.
a crash.
It's got a little stopwatch.
Yeah. Fucking dumb. The other thing, I know you hate the ships, but it was a ship that showed.
It was her ship.
It was another ship that had. No, it was her ship. It has the
door
back
that goes
door
down,
that
and you walk out.
There's a jet engine
the
or
engine
whatever
goes out
is on the door. So like it's right here and it's like where the fuck so whatever. You get the point. It's one of those fucking ridiculous.
I hated Nick Fury's
flaws.
character getting fucking shit on and being untrue to the character.
He was untrue to.
I didn't like fucking Brie Larson's acting for shit.
Yeah.
The fucking random powers from that Rambo chick. It was all for convenience.
Now I can do this. So she can move through objects? Because there's a scene where she just like rises up and then...
Yeah.
And then there's one where she's like semi-transparent and flies out there to get Brie, and then it doesn't matter because Miss Marvel, without her little power thing, creates a huge hand that grabs
the bracelets are in the shot, and then she gets it, and then... So why'd you put them back on?
There.
Why'd you put them back on?
Why, like... She couldn't have done that without the bracelet. So that's like actually that's one of the biggest holes because
there's a million.
And I also think that big spoiler. What's her name? The astronaut lady with her power.
Rambo.
We'll call her Rambo.
That is her name.
Yeah, but is that she's got?
I don't remember her first name.
Yeah, Rambo. So Rambo sacrifices herself to close a rift. Well, back up.
How'd you know any of that?
What happened when the villain, I got both bracelets, and then she just blows up? Like,
and then Miss Marvel, who's a teenager, puts them both, she's fine, and she ultimately uses
what is happening? Like, why did she blow up, though?
It's stupid. Because trying to tell you that.
Like it didn't explain like the effects of because she was trying to use it in a way she wasn't supposed to or something, or she just like I put them on now, and then she goes out into space, she floats away for some reason. See you guys later.
And then when she explodes, all the bracelets just stay there instead of going flying.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
Stupid. And here's the thing: she's supposed to be at her solar system when she starts the sun with those bracelets.
Yeah, why is she
like, let's do it right now?
She just had an aneurysm and it was too much.
And she's like a Kree.
So because she explodes, she rips a hole in the space-time fabric and continuum. So they have to charge up Rambo and send her out there. Which is the dumbest
They don't
thing.
even know. How would they know that would work? How would they know?
Well, because Rambo knows everything. So she's just like, well, here's what you got to do.
It's an exponential.
Yeah, she just gives you this mathematical
only if we have enough power.
But you can do that too, and so whatever. So they blast her. She's all charged up, and then she goes onto the other. But I have to close it from the other side. How do you also know that? Whatever. So she flies across through the rift, then turns and closes it, and then she has to be trapped on the other side for convenience.
And the best part is when she's doing it, she goes, and then Captain Marvel goes to save her, and she goes, come on.
Yeah, come on, fly faster. Really? You can fly really fast, and it wasn't even that far away.
And then, no, she's trapped on the other side.
You're right. So it's a setup for a crossover because she wakes up, Rambo wakes up in a hospital bed, and she's like, where the fuck am I? And she's looking at all these people.
Yeah, so about that,
Yeah.
So
It looks like the...
in the background of the interdimensional rift, there's like Saturn or something.
Yeah,
a ringed planet
a
back
ringed
there.
planet, so that
And you're
must
like,
have been-
you're way the fuck out somewhere in the solar system
how
or
did
in
they
another
find
part
you?
of the galaxy, because that's what happens in these movies. And then suddenly she wakes up on Earth in the X-Men's fucking base
Yeah.
with an IV in,
Yeah, she's like in a hospital bed.
and Beast is there.
Yep.
And you're just like, what?
Yeah, they're doing a crossover. That's what's happening.
What?
They're gonna. I think so.
What?
Sony lost the license, right? Finally, is that what happened?
What? Marvel bought it, I think, from
Yeah,
them.
yeah. So then
I don't fucking know.
Because to me, Marvel, the Marvel
in the middle
universe
of the-
is the X-Men. It's not the
She's
Avengers to
in
me.
the fucking middle of space.
Yeah, but like it could be. You could hand wave that with like Professor X senses. Just it doesn't matter.
Oh, you're right.
It's so
God damn
fucking
it.
easy, dude, to
God
write that shit when you
damn
have
it.
like. Omega level fucking characters like that who are just like
Jesus.
whatever. So anyway, so they're introducing the X-Men into, which means they're gonna fucking redo.
No, remember they're in a parallel dimension with the X-Men.
Yeah, but now they can just
Charles says.
they
blah, blah,
can
blah.
just do whatever. There's a
Did you watch
sequel.
Multiverse of Madness?
I did not.
Xavier's in that one too.
Oh, okay.
So's Mr. Stupid Fantastic. Worst character
Where's
of all
fucking
time.
character?
Anyway, we better wrap this up.
Yeah, 5.
2.
Yeah.
I really think it sucks and it's stupid.
Oh, a 2, not even a 3. Not even you couldn't push a little bit
can't.
out of it. You couldn't
No,
squeeze
you
a
know
little
what?
more. Out
No,
of it.
it's that singing shit.
Oh yeah, that was
Fuck,
bad.
that just-
I thought we were in like. So the costume designer. Think about this. That motherfucker or that group of people had to design every single one of those costumes because there's like 70, 80 people in this one hall alone.
Yeah.
And they all have completely different wacky wood doodle fucking costumes, and they're all
Everyone's-
colorful. And it's
Everyone's costumes suck.
they were bad. They were a little bit.
Even Rambo, they're like, we need some new costumes.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. And they're on a different planet.
And
They're
they're
like,
like, oh, well,
okay.
that's
And
your
then-
choice.
Then bam, like they have already got the same color. Like Miss Marvel's got her outfit.
Her normal
now.
outfit,
And it's
like,
like, they just designed it on the spot. Like,
Oh, hers, yeah.
and she's
I'm
like,
thinking
oh, and then
Captain
Rambo has like a Spider-Man fucking outfit
Yeah, the
on.
black white one. And you're like,
Jesus.
not the black suit, but like the white suit with some black on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was-
and then fucking, whatever.
So,
anyway, we better wrap
5
this
and a
up.
2. I'd say if you want to be
I would-
entertained with some action and like
Only if you see it in 3D. That's the
That's
only
his
points it
recommendation.
gets.
I think
I feel like it doesn't have any other points.
it wouldn't have been quite the experience without 3D for sure.
That's the only
But
points I
but
get out of it was that it was cool,
I
like
get
coming into
that.
these scenes.
But I really think that it's
Even Miss Marvel,
Like,
if you watch the Miss Marvel TV show,
maybe I can't, right? I
she's
can
not
recommend it.
fucking very. She's like just learning her powers, and she's
Yeah.
like a little teenager.
Yeah.
and then suddenly she's doing jujitsu level.
Oh yeah,
spin
they're,
kicks and
they're like this guy on that water planet with the people with the weird costumes. He's like, or the prince, right?
Yeah.
He's like, use your scarf. Oh my god, shit got fucking
That was
weird
so
after that.
stupid. It wasn't
She has
weird.
a scarf on. She's like, okay, and then she just like, whoosh, whoosh, and it's like it's a
she's
scarf.
beating. She has a scarf
Beating the
and
fuck
she's
out of
beating,
people.
like snapping them in the face,
and
they're
like tripping them and wow, yeah, and like yeah,
and
she's
they're
just
fucking
suddenly that good.
trained warriors with swords.
Oh,
and shit.
they're
and she's just
nasty,
like,
and she's like, I don't care, I got a scarf.
blocking. She wraps it around someone's legs and trips them.
Yeah, she's just
the
doing all
fuck?
kind of.
That
But
was-
sometimes you just need a little encouragement, like use this scarf.
Yeah, he's like,
on in.
use the scarf. She's like, boom.
Oh yeah,
Trust
I
the
forgot I had
fungus.
that. Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Oh god, but
I don't know. All right, well we've said our piece, and I think it's time to peace out.
yeah, for sure.
So thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
no thanks.